Hello, good afternoon. Welcome back to Rangers Radio. Hearts 0, Rangers 2. And an interesting game at Tynecastle. Join myself, Oxshire, on the show. It's JFK. Thoughts?
Hi, Oxshire. Thoughts there. I thought at the very start of the game, Hearts had 3 corners within 4 minutes. They came out the traps. They were on fire in all cylinders, and we were kind of pushed on the back foot there. But we gradually came into the game, and I think we thoroughly deserved the end result. But I think in times that we fell into the old lapses of concentration that could have cost us the game. They had a couple of great chances, but so did we. We missed 2 or 3 cracking chances to bury the game. But overall, I'm really happy. Another good 3 points. Top of the league by 7. Let's see what happens elsewhere later on and see what we go into. But very pleased. Tynecastle was always a hard place to get points at, mate, and taking away with the 3 is good.
Yep. Tick in the box, move on.
Yep.
At times, our football was exquisite, and at times we were short with some of our passing, but the 2 goals we scored were excellent, JFK.
Oh, definitely. The first goal was the football building up to it was absolutely wonderful. And Aribo's goal was an absolute sublime finish. So 2 great goals. No complaints about that. I just thought overall we deserved a win. As you said, some of the football we played was really breathtaking. And I'm not saying that lightly. It was really breathtaking. It's Sakala's pace. And I thought Big Bassy in the last minute. From penalty box to penalty box. You wanted him to score. He didn't want him to pass it. But overall, mate, happy man. Definitely. Predicted 3, but I'll take the 2 all day.
Here, a question for you, JFK.
Yep.
But how did it end up only 2-0? Or how did there no more goals scored in that game at both ends of the pitch, if I'm being honest? I
just think it was one of the games chances missed. You know, I mean, obviously Bassey hit the bar, nearly gave them a goal. The great save by Alan McGregor in the first half with the boy Boyle, or Boyce was it? Can't remember if it was Boyce or a Boyle. Great save by Alan McGregor. Alan McGregor kept us, never kept us in the game because we were always in the game, but some fantastic saves. The 2 blocks at the end were absolutely worldly. Some of the misses for both teams. Couple of hours, 2 hours especially for Arfield were too blatant. Oh, I could have scored them, and that's saying something. But it was one of the games you could maybe you'd have said if we come away and it was 5-4, 5-3, you'd have said that was the correct result. But
should Sakala have made it 3-0, mate?
I should have, mate. Okay. I'd have thought so. Yep, definitely.
Right, okay, we'll get these phone lines open then, Mucker.
Yep.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, what is that? Is that 6 games under Giovanni, 4 league games, 3 away from home?
Yep.
1 at Ibrox, mate, and the stats are pretty good,
Of course they are, mate, and I think we can see that in the way that the team play. And what was pleasing to see was the way Alfie came off the park at the final whistle. You know, somebody's making him happy, apart from him scoring a goal. But it's a great start. We're not going to get carried away, but it's seamless, as they said. We had the other manager there, no longer there. Gio's come in, and it's a seamless moving on. So I'm really happy. With the 3 points a day, and I think some of the football we're playing is absolutely beautiful to watch. Just wish we could put the ball in the net a few times, because taking away from what Hearts missed, that we could have had another 3 or 4 goals the other day, mate. Easily.
Aye. And that's the chances I had. That wasn't with the misplaced passes, the final pass, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But excellent. Andy for Crookston will be with us in a minute. He'll be coming on to tell us how McGregor shouldn't be in the team after the Hibs game, yeah. I don't forget, I've got other names with a list.
Sack him now.
Who's Sean for you, JFK?
Sakala was the player for me. All over the park. I thought Ryan Kent come in and out the game and fits and starts, but for me, that when Sakala's got that pace, it's quite scary. He's good with the ball at his feet, and sometimes I wish Kent would do that, the simple thing. Sometimes he tries to be too Hollywood, But no, for me, even though he was brought off, as I would give the man of the match for me would be Sakala, Oxia.
All right, okay. Well, shout, we'll be joined by Andy for Crookston. Afternoon, Andrew.
Good afternoon, Ox. I think you've got the wrong Andy about McGregor. I'm not saying bad about McGregor.
When you phoned in after the Hibs game, quote unquote, trying to get rid of Alan McGregor.
No, not from me. Not from me.
I've never rang, mate. You know that?
Ox, honestly, I've never. You're winged up.
Carry on.
Yeah, just absolutely delighted. Great performance. Few standouts for me.
Who stood out for you?
Barisic stood out for me. Right, absolutely. Okay. Thought he was great. Sakala for me on that right hand side instead of Hadji. I thought there was just a massive distance leading up to the first goal. We've got Kent on the wing where we've been screaming where he should be. He gets the ball out there, as we all know, and crosses a great ball, and it falls to Sakala, beats his man, pulls it back for Morelos, and it's a brilliantly worked goal. And as I say, the pace of the boy, okay, should have scored when he was through in goal, but I thought Sakala was absolutely excellent as well. I thought Tavernier had a great game, and there was a few, as I say, what I'm saying with Gio is a lot of these diagonal passes that we've not been seeing a lot of, Ox. We've been seeing,
that's because,
as we know, these side-back passes and side-back, but it's a lot of diagonals now we're playing, if we notice, which I think is definitely making a huge difference.
Okay, thanks for that, mate. Borna, if I'm being honest, JFK, there was times where I think he could have cut out the cross. I mean, the one that Bassey puts in, it's a wee bit similar to Thursday night. And I think he done all right in the match, but I just like to make it closer to his man so the guy can't get the cross in so easy, yeah?
Well, that's what we were all screaming, get nearer him, get closer to him, shut him down, don't let him come on to you. You make sure you're on to him first and make him know that he's in a game, but he done that a couple of times. And I felt, that's some part as a part of his game that he's got to sort out. I'd agree with that, mate. I think we were in the same feeling watching it, same as yourself. That he should be getting on to the man. Let the man come on to him. So he's got to sort that out.
Aye. Apart from that, I thought he didn't have a disgusting game.
Nobody on our side of the bad game, Andrew. I thought Goldstein was my best defender today. Bassey the most entertaining.
Yeah, definitely. See that 80-yard run he made when McCoy said he thinks he thought he was heading for Princess Street. That was a fair run and a half on it, and he was unlucky not to score. But there's just a couple of tweaks in there. Obviously, it's not his position, but there's a few tweaks in there that he needs to improve on. He nearly put his backside into the back of the net, put the ball into the back of the net with his backside. But luckily for us, it stayed. Anyway, I thought it was a good performance.
You're right. It was a good performance. I think we're very happy. JFK.
Oh, very happy with the performance. Seeing the team at the start of the game, I did predict 3-0. Some of the guys said 3 and 4 and 5. Performance-wise, I thought we just lapsed in parts of the game. We let them in, and I think it was it maybe that we were 2-0 up. We were cruising at 2-0 up half time. Was the mentality by some of the players maybe this game's already won? And I think maybe in some of them, their mind was that we've won this game, but the concentration levels kind of fell in bits and pieces of the game. But they kept the resilience to the final whistle, so you can't complain that way. But they need it's a 93, 94, 95 minute game. No, just we're winning 2-0 and let's just rest in my laurels. But no, we've got to be happy with the result.
Briefly, lads, what did you make of the referee? 11 booked and a sending off, and again when there was hardly a foul.
The referee was a joke because the booking for Barisic, especially now, Barisic had taken a clumpy tackle for the boy Devlin, Now, he had a quick word with Devlin, but you could see in the television that the boy Devlin had said, "I'm sorry," and Barisic had put his horn up to acknowledge that, and then this head case decided he wanted to get involved in a square go with Big Barisic. Tavernier's booking was a joke. It
was a foul on Tav with the same boy, mate.
Aye. Alan McGregor's Alan McGregor. You know, I don't know why he booked him for time wasting. It's a silly thing to do to book goalkeepers for time wasting. No, but I wasn't 11 bookings in that game, mate. For me, definitely no.
We've been joined by Jim for Paisley. Yeah, afternoon, Jim.
Afternoon, guys.
Afternoon, Jim.
How you doing, everybody? Hey, that was a great wee matinee session, that was it? No, I thought it was a fantastic game.
Been a long time since you've had a matinee session, James.
Steady. Who's been talking?
It was a good performance, good watching, a good game, if I'm being honest, Jim.
I thought it was a great game. Aye. Good players in that part of the day. And we weren't sure how we were going to turn up, who was playing where, who was going to do what. I thought the tactics were well. I thought we died a death wee bit for 20 minutes of the second half, right? And I thought it looked a bit leggy, Fox. Then we came back into it again, so everything was good. Right. Plus, I would do nothing.
All right, okay. Do you think, Jim, and I'll go to Andy with the same question, we've just come back after a European tie. Do you think we'll not get the credit we're due?
Well, that's what I was thinking, Hawks, because there's a certain stage in the second half, Hawks, right? The 20-minute stage, they did look leggy, Mm-hmm. Now, we're all over the world playing football here. These boys stay in Edinburgh, wherever they stay, I don't know where they stay, but a good game. I think we come back well today. I think the manager did well, and he's doing well. And he's unbeaten. I know we continue, Hawks, And can I say something? I was on the Jeff. I've just got me about the Schweller for a phone. I thought the keeper was your best player today.
Might have been, mate. Might have been. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the two goals were excellent, but our goalie was consistent over the game. There was stages where Aribo was brilliant. There was stages where Kamara done brilliant things. Ken, Sakala, Morelos done good things as well. So, but over the piece, over the 90 minutes, he kept his at nothing each. Alan McGregor, then he kept his winning. Just shout.
Yeah, and also another thing was thinking about today. Big Calvin Bassey sticks that left peg out again there, puts another one through our own net, come off the bar. He'll need to stop doing that.
Yep. It's all about getting your feet right, mate. But what I'm going to say, the same for Thursday night. I blame Barisic there for letting the boy get the cross in.
For getting by him, I understand.
Easily,
right, but the saying that to him, I was laughing. I was watching the game, Hawks, right? I'm no kidding. I was sitting here laughing. Big Calvin, the 91st or the 90th minute, he runs 75 to 80 yards in the park as I go, the goalkeeper. I thought it was hilarious.
Been even better if he'd have stuck it in, eh?
I know, aye. Would it? It'd been absolutely brilliant.
Aye. JFK, a lot of good players. We're a piece at times, we just didn't get it consistently together, but we're a good side, mate.
I were a good side. So, as I said earlier on, some of the football we played was sublime. That's even been conservative. I thought some of our ball play was absolutely wonderful. And we have got a good pool of players. As I said at the start, we've got 3 or 4 players out. Look at the bench we had as well. I know they never played Hadji, your favourite player. Roof's out the news, so is Ryan Jack, and obviously Big Hollander. Here's a question for you, right? Apart from and I'm not going to call it a mistake because I agree with you about Barisic should have got there before Big Calvin. Do you think Hollander and Balogun have got a chance of taking the jersey off for Big Bassey?
Andy?
Well, it's a tough question, isn't it? Depending what would you call it? GLC's on the training park. I think Bassey's deserved to. He's fitting into that role pretty well. So, depending, I would think Gio will decide on that when they come back fit, and I'm sure might buy a defender in January.
I get your point. I get your point. That's 6 games. Bassey's played JFK. I'll take the same point to Jim. 6 games since Gio came in. We've lost 2 goals.
Yep.
Jim.
He's getting here. By the way, I was see the day, Ox. Big Culver's getting gals at the back. He's getting gals. He's getting. He's getting right into this role. As long as he doesn't get 2 gals, he's not that good. He's getting better. As you say, Ox, if he's still there at New Year, it's going to be very hard to replace him.
Especially if we keep winning, GFK.
Exactly. If we keep on the winning streak and Big Calvin's playing the way he is in defence, then he's going to be hard to displace. And we'll all get our favourites now. I think Big Hollander's probably our best centre back at Ibrox. But Big Calvin's got the jersey, and it's up to him to keep a hold of the jersey and perform the same way he's performing. Yes, pal.
When Big Hollander come back, he's not going to walk straight back in the team. He'll be back in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 3/4 an hour, and half a game. No, it's going to take him maybe a month when he doesn't get fit.
Yeah. And Balogun for me is not the answer. I'm no so keen in Balogun.
Well, Balogun's got 6 months left in his contract. He's moving in. Time's moving on. It was a good idea to give him a year. That's what it makes sense. A year, yeah.
Yeah. I agree with
you. But listen, it'll be interesting. Big Bassey, 6 games. We've lost 1 goal. We've lost 1 goal. 2 goals in 6 games. So we can't argue with what he's doing on the pitch, JFK.
No, we can't argue. When the other manager was there, he was a kind of bit part player, wasn't he? And he's come in now and he's been given his chance and he's performed really, really well. And he's got a goal in him. And I think we were all screaming to put that ball in the back of the net. I'm shouting for him not to pass it. Go for goal. And what a goal it'd have been. And he's performing really well. His passing as well is good. And the tackle is good and he's brave. So that will do for me. I'm not looking for a Franz Beckenbauer type player in there. Some players think they are that suit. But for me, Big Bassey ticks all the boxes at this moment in time, mate.
Yeah, Jimmy. JFK. Here's one for you, right? Is he a better left back or a left central defender? Because it wasn't long ago he was taking over Barisich's job. Remember we were not talking about that?
Aye. Well, I think where he's playing is in the left of the centre defence, and it would do for me. I'll have him there every game, mate. I'm quite happy for him to be there. I think he performs better.
I don't quite see it like that. I see when crosses come in. He's no still a natural centre back. If you watch him at corner kicks, I think he's an asset. Somebody who can play in 2 positions, but I wouldn't plump for either at the moment. Andy?
I agree with you, what you say there about the corners. I was watching a couple today, and he was he wasn't the best at keeping a hold of his marker.
Somebody's got the show on. Can you turn it off? Yeah.
It's not me.
Carry on, Andrew.
I noticed that he lost his marker quite a bit easily. For me, he is. We can't complain that with the stats that show we've conceded 2 goals in 6, as you say. So the defence is obviously doing something right, and you don't change a winning team, as they say.
Okay, you're right, I get it. But it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. He's became a real valuable member of the squad, JFK.
Hello.
Oh, I'll cut across you, JFK.
There we go.
Been down by Joe. How are we doing, Joe?
Not bad, Docs. How are you all doing in the panel today?
Good, mate.
All right,
good.
Joe. Good.
After a victory, how are you?
I'm in the pink today, mate. It was a good performance, good score. But before it up, guys, to see, what do you think of Giovanni's first 6 games? And then you think we can work on, or is he walking in the right direction?
JFK.
I think the difference he's made since the previous manager, I think, is we're on leaps and bounds. How could we change it? really, I don't see there's much to change now, because he's kind of experimenting his selling. He's trying to play every player he can in the last 6 games, and it surely now it gives him an idea of exactly who he can trust on the park. So for me, I think going forward, he needs to try and get Ryan Jack back, Hollander, and obviously Roof's missing as well. Get our full complement of players and see where we go from there. Do I think he needs to change it? Not at this moment in time. I'm happy with the way things have went. And going forward to the next game, which is obviously against St Johnstone on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to that game now. I think he's doing well, mate.
Brilliant. That sounds good, JFK. You're a very knowledgeable man.
What I would say to you, Joe, is that if he's done this in such a short space of time, with no opportunities to get on the training ground, mate, what's he going to be like once he goes? He gets a bit of time and he gets to get across his ideas and be a bit of time on the grass.
Yep, it definitely bodes well for the future. Because I'll be honest, when Gerrard left, I kind of panicked a wee bit. I thought, right, the next manager can hit the ground running. Plus, will these players play the same? Will we give the same as he gave Gerrard? But I'm quietly confident I'm over that hurdle. No, I mean, I think the way things are, Rangers are playing better football than now under Giovanni than they were under Gerrard for the first maybe 10, 15 games of the season. I think he's got a lot more out of some of these players in there. And I'm very confident now about the future. I wasn't, to be honest with you, when Gerrard left at first. I thought they would struggle to hit the ground running, and I'm over the moon, guys.
Are you moving about, Joe? Going to stop moving about? Or somebody's moving about because we get it right through? Yeah?
No bother.
All right, Jim, if you want to come back in, you don't hear it, but we do. Andy?
For me, yeah, Gio, 6 games in, 6 games unbeaten, 2 goals conceded, so you can't say he's not started well. For going forward, it can only get better. As you say, it cannot get any worse, surely. He's working out what players he trusts, as you say. And yeah, the future definitely is bright. And what I noticed, as I said, I mentioned it earlier in the show, that I've noticed that we're playing a lot of these diagonal passes that are working out excellent, that we weren't playing before with Gerrard. And another thing with Gio that I think he's got is he's got a plan B and a plan C.
Yeah.
You know, that's the difference for me, and I'm really looking forward to what else he's got in the locker.
Cheers, mate. Jim for Paisley, back ways. Your thoughts on the show?
I don't know. I heard interference, so I wasn't sure it was me, but I think Fox has pulled me back. I was the things I was considering earlier on there. We were discussing the lineup. I think that's a thing the Dutch people did. The Dutch, we're used to that with watching Holland and Ajax and that. They're used to having players that can play different positions and play all over the park. I think that's a maybe a thing you might be trying, Ox. You know, just the formation today. We didn't know who was playing where. But this is something we maybe have to get used to.
That's a good point, mate.
In 6 games, he's not played the number of players that Gerrard would have used. JFK.
No, he's no, and he doesn't panic, and his subs aren't like for like. He looks at the situation in front of the team and he acts accordingly. Gerrard just seems to, for me, tinkered with the team too much. So they always say the total football comes for Holland, didn't they? I mean, that's the way they bring their players up from a very early age, and that's what's inbred in Giovanni. So hopefully that bodes well for Rangers. Because look, we all know he played for Rangers, he won with Rangers, and he played for Barcelona and he won with Barcelona. So it can't be all bad, you know, as they say. So for me, going forward, it's exciting times, mate. We're not going to go overboard, right? Because there will be tough times ahead at some point. That happens to every team. But at this moment in time, we're riding high. Just need to keep on winning. I keep saying, I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he's talking about we win them all, and then they play in the afternoon and that. I says, look, never mind what they do. As long as we keep winning, that's all that matters. And then it's up to whoever it catches. So just keep winning all the time and no bother about what's happening. It's good to get results for other places that are negative for them and a positive for us. But we need to just keep winning our games every week.
All right, Joe. That was your thoughts, Joe.
I think, as I said at the beginning there, Ox, I thought after Gerrard went away, some of the players might not turn up, might be looking for a way out come January or next summer. But I'm very pleasantly surprised the way we've played since he's came. I think he's hit the ground running. He's got the best out of some of the players, plus as some of the boys have mentioned, he's got a plan B for one, and for two, he's spreading the load all over the park instead of relying on this one to do this and I know under Gerrard they all had a job to do, but under Giovanni I think they've stepped up a gear. I really do, and I'm confident the future's going to be orange, mate, and red, white and blue. It's going to be good here.
All right, mate.
Something to look forward to.
Sounds reasonable to me, and I think others on here would agree with me.
Right. Well, thanks, Ox.
Right,
I've
cheers,
got a couple
Joe.
of things today, big buddy, but I will be in touch again.
Okay.
Brilliant shows ever.
Good to
Cheers,
hear.
Joe.
Cheers, Joe.
They're all national treasures.
Thanks very much. Archive relics. Is that the same as a relic, JFK?
We called a few
Take care,
things,
boys.
but
Cheers, Joe.
cheers, mate.
Well, I never thought you would end up in the art galleries, JFK.
No. Dinosaur is the word, mate. Dinosaur.
The other thing, I don't know if you noticed it, I'll go to Jim first with this. The fullbacks were played better as fullbacks in positional sense today.
They were big time. Ox. Sometimes I was worrying. Sometimes they could be fine wanted. Sometimes I know the captain was found wanted. Occasion. No, I'm not saying he did a bad game. But just occasionally he looked a wee bit out of place. And it was unfair. And then you saw him going up the park, which wasn't often. It was nice to see him bolting forward again occasionally today, I thought.
Aye. Andy?
Yeah, for me, I thought Tavernier had a great game. As I mentioned earlier, thought he was great. He certainly didn't deserve that booking. That we all know that. But yeah, I thought he had a good game. He stayed very solidly defensively, if you ask me. But going back to what I was saying about Barisic, I thought his performance was better than the European night. As you did mention, Ox, I know myself that he was running away for the player when he should have put in a tackle before the ball took away. But but my fullbacks up today, I thought I had a good game.
JFK, we're spitting holes. I mean, nobody played bad for us today. We had guys that were better than others, but nobody was particularly bad.
No, I agree with you. There was nobody particularly bad. What I did, as I said at the start, is I just think there was lapses in my concentration at times. I just think that we let hearts into the game, and we shut that door as the game went on. It just that we sorted it out. But no, I can't fault any player today. There's nobody that would stand out for me and say, "Oh, he was terrible." I thought it was an all-round team performance. Even the subs that come on played well for us. So it's happy all round. After we finish the day, we go into the next game on Wednesday night, and that's the most important game now because this one's now put to bed. One of the, if no the hardest place to go and win. I said, as we all know, me and yourself have stood side by side at Tynecastle many years, Oxyere, and it's a hard place to win traditionally for us. So to come away with a comfortable 2-0 win for me is bodes well for going the rest of the season. So a happy bear. all the Bears out there celebrating this game, celebrate it with pride, because we played really well. I thought, in times.
Yeah, and I thought the support were excellent, Jim.
I think so too. And I heard the JFK mention it when they just put the show on, when Alfie come back onto the pitch. He looked delighted with himself. Yeah. He's usually his face is sitting him, but that makes a difference to me when you see somebody happy like him. He's not really a happy chappy at the best of times, but that makes a difference to me anyway. Watching him coming on and smiling and clapping everybody in the back and shaking their hands and that's important.
Talking about people who's always smiling, we've been joined by Robert. Afternoon, Robert.
Afternoon, Ox, JFK, and other guys on the show. Hope you're all well, guys. Afternoon, guys. Ox, I've got to give, before I say anything else, special praise today. Special praise to the little Prince of Orange, our manager, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. 6 games, 5 wins and a draw. And he didn't get an easy hand, did he, when they had to go to Tynecastle, Easter Road, the Tony Macaroni Stadium in Leon. And the guy's doing wonders. And I'm not getting carried away, because there's a long way to go. But I just thought, before I talk about that great result today, I'd give special recognition to our manager. Fantastic.
I can't argue with one word on that, mate. I mean, the league games, it's been Easter Road, Tynecastle, and as you said, the Tony Macaroni, 3 of the hardest places to go to in Scotland, mate, and we've come away with 9 points.
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, Oxen, JFK, did you think, I mean, fits and starts, as JFK said, in the games, with players and the game, but I thought for about 10 minutes of that first half, we were outstanding. I was just loving it, watching the football we were playing, and nobody would have loved us, and I don't even know if Gerard's team would have played that way. They 10 minutes when we get their 2 goals. And that's what I said to him Friday, Doc. Sure, I wanted Morelos, Sakala and Kent. I wanted pace and to go at them, and we've done that, and we were frightening Nate for that 10-minute spell anyway.
Cheers.
Yeah, how you doing, Rob? I hope you're keeping well, pal.
I'm well, Jimmy, thanks.
Good man. I can't argue with anything that you said, Robert. Some of the football, as I said earlier when we played, I used the word sublime, and I thought it was absolutely wonderful to watch. Eye-popping at times, really, the way we passed the ball about. And there will only be many teams can love us if we can keep that up. Maybe for 60, 70 minutes, Robert. I know it can't happen for 90, but no, if we can keep that up, and let's bury teams. That if I had any criticism today, and it's no bad criticism, is that we didn't bury them today, but that was because of the bad finishing, the sitters that we missed. But all in all, the football we're playing now under Giovanni is absolutely wonderful. So I'm a happy bear, the same as you, Robert.
Oh, Jimmy, for that last half an hour, we Scotty Arfield, go at laid in a plate to Alfie. We should have been sitting with our slippers and cigars. That last half an hour, Jimmy, my heart was gone. I couldn't. I'm hiding through my fingers and I'm jumping about where Gary. He's like, calm down, you need to keep it calm. You can't get excited. I said, this is what the Rangers do. We should be sitting back here going, right, get us a 4th and get us a 5th. But, Jimmy, you've been a Rangers fan longer than me. That's what the Rangers do. That's why we love them so much.
A funny wee quote put up. I don't know whether you were watching it, but somebody put up, there was a quote from Rangers TV today, and as soon as Aribo's goal went in, the co-commentator said, I quote, "I think the Hearts centre-backs are playing in different postcodes, never mind the same park."
What about Robert? What about that take, and what about that goal?
Oh, what a pass, do you know what I mean? And big corner against Elks. I know a lot of Rangers fans are unhappy with the contract situation, the statement after the game, but I think he's been solid since that Hibs game. I think, overall, player-wise, he is our best defender. Big Hollander might be a better actual defender, reading the game and that, but I think Big Golson is our best, and the consistency alone, he never misses a game. Do you know what I mean? And I thought the pass was sublime. What a pass. And Joe Aribo's control. Gary's shouting on the telly before it went, "Come on, Sedan." I said, "Gary, who's getting carried away now?" He's shouting and Aribo just buries that goal. But what a pass.
By the way, I get Gary's point, mate. and I'll take this to Jimfrey Paisley. If that was done in a World Cup final, people would be saying, "Oh, that was unbelievable."
Never mind the World Cup final. We've been something in the English Premier League yesterday. You've been all over the TV tonight, BBC, with that show they show you tonight with English football. Fantastic part. Big Connor does that. We're not surprised with that, Oxshire. He does it regularly on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
He's good at it. That big long diagonal. We expect it from him.
Aye. Robert, if we rewind the shows, I didn't like Kent playing inside when he's playing with chalk on his boots, mate. He's a good player.
Oh, I've said it many times on here. He's worth the entrance fee alone, and some of his runs. And we know he was coming in at the game. The day wasn't the only one, but see when he's in a game, and he just the way he glides, it's just a joy to watch. It just makes you feel, oh, you're like, come on, keep it going, son. He's another one of the runs, and he's a brilliant football player. Absolutely loved him. I just thought the performance of the Ox. I mean, you could go through so many. Alan McGregor, Fashion Sakala. Glenn Kamara thought had a very good game as well. But I'm going to give other praise. My man of the match, but when I watch it back again, I'll probably change my mind because I'm still all gone. But my man of the match, I'm giving it to Wee Buffalo. I thought Wee Buffalo was brilliant. His goal. I thought Wee Buffalo. That's more like the old Buffalo that we know.
Did you see him giving Arfield it tight?
Oh, definitely. I know. I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you guys noticed. See at the end of the game, I had nearly tears. See when he comes on the park at the end and he goes on to Glenn Kamara and he pulls his face around up to say, if somebody hit you, and then they'll start smiling and then Buff goes on to the crowd. And I loved about it, the camaraderie. I thought they're all happy. Joe Aribo's got this big smile. Big Sully's always got a smile, the same as the Sakala. But they were all smiling and hugging each other. And I thought to myself, that's a team. That's the Rangers we want to watch. All get together, all fight for the cause. And brilliant.
You're right. Andy, it was good for Morelos to score because it's good for your centre forward to keep getting goals.
Absolutely, yeah. We've been shouting for him to get into the box, and he'll get his goals, and that showed again today. In the box, in the right place at the right time. Great play for Scala, and great goal. But he also done fantastic with coming out and winning his plenty of free kicks and stuff. But there was also always that man in front, So Scala in front of him,
I'm glad you mentioned free kicks. Right, okay. Here's one for you lads. Right. Now, I don't claim to be a refereeing expert like Bridgman, but I'll ask you this. If a penalty can happen when the ball's out of play, how's it not a penalty when somebody comes out and deliberately kicks somebody and takes them out and gets a yellow card for it? Am I being facetious here? JFK.
Oh, no, I was wondering when you were going to come on to that. For me, it's a clear-cut penalty. For the fact of the matter is he's had a swing at him and connected as he's got by him, and it's not just a booking, it's a sending off. So for me, I don't know whether the referee was card happy in the second half, but he didn't do his job and he should have sent him off 100%. So,
well, I don't know if he has to send him off, but going by the rules of Scottish football, when it happened when the ball was out the park in the last minute and they got a penalty, Robert, surely that's a penalty.
Sorry, are you talking about the one with Gordon and Alfredo?
Aye, I mean, it was offside.
That's what I was going to say, Ox. Would that really matter because did they not get flagged offside? So that would have made the difference. But
they gave a penalty. They got a penalty in the last minute against Livingston when the ball was out the pitch.
That's true. That's true.
I'm going to phone that. Yes,
see that thing you're talking about? I was watching. I was sitting in my jack, right, watching that. And I said, that could... I said to myself, that could have been a penalty. I know exactly the situation you're talking about. But I don't know really with the rules. I said, that could have been a penalty. It should have been. Could have been. I've said to myself, that could have been a penalty if somebody had been watching that properly. I don't know the rules.
Exactly. That's what I mean. All we're looking for is consistency. Anyway, how pleasing is it to start going on a run and keeping the zero? JFK and then Andy.
Oh, definitely, mate. That's the in buzzword that the gaffer's using, keeping the zero. And Big Alan's always shouting to keep the 0. So let's hope we can do that going forward. We know that we've got a lot of big games coming up before we play them in January. Let's worry about them when that time comes. But just keep the 0, keep winning the games, and keep the consistency going. And we can't ask for any more than that. The crowd will be up for it on Wednesday night against St Johnstone. So looking forward to that, mate. So, yep, let's keep the 0, guys.
Massive game. Let's keep this roll going. These are massive 3 home games. Andy, in you come.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going back to what Robert said when he first came on. Fair play to Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. He's come in 6 games unbeaten, 5 wins and a draw. Keep these 0s, and massive credit to the manager and the players. So there's Robert also mentioned as well, which I noticed. There's a camaraderie and a smile about the place, and it's really good. It's good for the fans to see, and good for obviously the players. And I'm really excited for the future. Really excited.
Jim.
No, it's got a wee touch of deja vu for me, Ox.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any team this league's going to beat us? I don't see it so far.
Oh, I like it. Oh, that's good.
No, really, let's be honest about it, Ox. But he's doing the right thing at the right times. The right players, played in the right positions, and they may have a wee influx of players in January. We don't know yet. But listen, let's go for it. Let's go unbeaten again. I don't really, to be honest with you, whatever happens in the rest of the season, if we can with our cups and Scottish Cups and Europa League games, that's all right. Cool. It's a league we're looking for.
Last word for you, Jim, for the day, mate. On you go.
That was me. All right, let's go on,
right. Have a good weekend, mate. Speak to you soon, and always a pleasure to hear from you, brother. All right.
I'll speak to you soon, mate. Nice to speak to you all.
Always, mate. Always. Robert, onwards and upward. The Giovanni Van Bronckhorst era is just going from strength to strength. Is it the best start ever for a Rangers manager? Might be. I need to check that out.
Yeah, definitely. As I said the other night, Rangers Radio, win the next 6. It's now down to 5. Win the next 5. 3 of them are at home. 1's to the Sheep, and we know the other one is down at the East End of Glasgow. We won them. I'm confident we'll win the league quite comfortably. If we won the next 5 games, I can't see any way back for anybody else. As you say, go for strength to strength. And come on, Giovanni, it's going to be a great day if you bring us back 56. It'll even be better than last year there, yeah.
Couldn't have put that one better myself, Robert.
Oh, he's a wordsmith here, Robert. A wordsmith.
It's the journey so far has been brilliant. It's funny how quickly and easily you can forget the previous manager. And now we've got Gio, who holds a big place in my heart because he was there before and now he's back as my manager. But I'm confident that we can go in strength to strength here, and the gaffer's got us playing some nice football. But it's keeping our concentration for the full 90 minutes. I think we've done that today, apart from a couple of lapses in the second half. But we came through it. We didn't look in any danger, and that's a pleasing thing. And it's pleasing to see a smile in the Buffalo's face.
Aye. You're right, mate. There's some good points there. Obviously, the games are coming thick and fast, Robert, so the manager's not getting to do a lot of stuff for him. So any tweaks he makes, any wee improvements, it's good management.
Oh, it's brilliant managing. Look at the start he's had in some of the football we've played, and getting wingers to play as wingers now, getting full-backs and defenders to defend their position. And that last manager, you said it yourself, Michael Beale, there's my phone number and that. It was pure static, the football we were playing. Do you know what I mean? So like substitutes were never right and things like that. Players getting dropped to the bench who played the previous game, a brilliant game. You'll not get that under Gio. I don't believe Gio's got any favourites. And I think if you're not doing it, you'll not be in that team. And Big Shirley's got to, what you were saying earlier on, Big Shirley's got to keep that shut. I have a couple of more moments today get turned and that. He's young, he's rash, he's got to learn the game, maybe learn his positional sense a bit better than that, but that will all come. I just love watching that big boy because he just, he leaves everything out in that park, and as a Rangers fan, that will do for me.
If I've got one criticism, Robert, it's what he's doing at corner kicks, mate. It's what he's doing. If I've got one criticism, I think if you when you watch it back the night, he's not watching the ball. He's getting his feet all around. He has to decide what he's going to do, marking or attacking the ball. Yeah.
Because I agree with you. So far, I don't think he is the greatest in there. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's the greatest, but
no, criticism's not, but too harsh. Observation. There you go. One observation. Yeah.
Did you like that big run he done? Did you like that big boogie run he done near the end? How good was that? That got you your seat ups, didn't it?
Oh mate, it was. I don't mean it was comedy gold, but you were like, couldn't have seen Colin Jackson doing that. You know what I mean?
a big Tom Forsyth. Big Tom Forsyth, the defender wouldn't have that far up the park. He'd have halved him on the halfway line.
You know, but at GFK, I mean, some real positive stuff, positive results. Alfredo Morelos got a spring in his step.
Alfredo Morelos got a spring in his step, and I think the reason being, I think he looks lighter. I think he's managed to shed a couple of pun there, and that can only.
You're up for months.
Well, he's
talking about Alfie. I was
me. He's looking lean, a lean fighting machine, mate. And I mean, after the Spoon Burners game a weeks ago, I walking out of Hampden, I was in a right downer. And if you believe everything you read in the papers or wherever you're reading it, and you know that the Rangers were done, we were finished, but we're here. No, we're never going to go away, and they should realise that the big club is Rangers, and we'll never ever go. So I'm happy. No going overboard. Another great win. Next game is the biggest game.
Okay, we move on to St Johnstone. Wednesday night.
St Johnstone Wednesday night.
Top versus bottom. Last word for you, Andy.
Always a difficult game, but 3 points is the main thing. Let's get the 3 points and then move on to the next game. But get this 3 points first and then think about the next game.
Cheers, mate. Always a pleasure. You have a nice weekend. Speak to you soon.
You too, guys. You too.
Cheers,
Robert, hope you keep well, mate, my friend. And cheers, guys, for having me on.
What a nice guy.
Yeah,
over to you, Robert, for the last word.
Thank you guys for having me on Rangers Radio. I've calmed me down a wee bit, but I can't wait to go and watch the game all over again. I'm sitting here with my white 150-year tap, and I just can't wait to go and watch that all over again. Beaming, bring it on. That's all I can say.
What did you think of the new retro white training tap? Did you see that?
No, I heard you talking about a new top on Friday night, and I've not seen it. Is it nice?
Well, it's so objective. I thought it was quite a nice tap. Yeah, it was nice. Quite a nice tap.
Good.
Always pleased to hear from you, Robert. You go enjoy the rest of your weekend, mate, and you take it easy.
Thanks. You take care, Ox, and you, JFK. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, Robert.
If you're feeling a bit down, just play Alex Kelly. That'll put a smile on your face.
Thanks. Good night, guys. Good afternoon, guys. Speak to you soon. Speak to you during the week.
Bye. JFK.
Well, it was nice to be on here today, guys. Nice to be on in a match day and enjoyed all the chat. A lot of good points made. A lot of good people coming on, especially Robert. Nice to hear from Robert. I hope he's keeping well. And Andy and Jim, all the other guys. So, onwards and upwards to the next game, Ox. Yeah, looking forward to that. It's another 3 points in the bag for us today. Let's go into Wednesday's game with confidence. And that's all we can do. And it was brilliant to watch, and I'm not Robert. I'll sit later on the day with a nice glass in my hand and I'll watch the game again with no pressure.
Mate. Thanks for joining us, but thanks
Thank
to
you.
Robert, thanks to Andy, thanks to Joe, and thanks to Jim from Paisley. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. I'm glad that Fox is alive and with us after that party. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, everybody. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll have the view for the bridge, and we'll be joined by the one and only Southside. Take it away, Old School Blue.
We've got Oxford, Bridgeman, JFK and Foxy on technicals, old school blue. Rangers Radio through and through, and they're putting on a show for you. Merry Christmas, Rangers Radio, and to your listeners all over the world. We are the people.
Sure, I was dreaming of old Ibrox, of her slopes and great grandstands, and I dreamed about the Rangers, the best team in the land. When my memory suggested of a vision bright and clear, of the strange things that would happen if we had the Rangers here. Now if the road to Ibrox Park way up the Shankill, and Brian Laudrup came from Sandy Road, and Alistair Price came from East Belfast, and old Belfast became then old Glasgow. If the Rangers met the Celtic up at Windsor, sure no green flags at that game they would appear. Ulster's sons would never roll, and all the boys would stay at home if we only had the Rangers over here. I dreamed about her Ulster men who wore the shirt of blue, Bertie Manderton, Sam English, Norrie Hamilton, McCandless too. I have dreamed of Whitey MacDonald, who came from Lisburn town, and the greatest Billy Simpson, who never let them down. Now if the road to Ibrox Park way up the Shankill, and Brian Laudrup came from Sandy Road, and Ali McCoyce came from East Belfast, and then old Belfast became old Glasgow. If the Rangers met the Celtic up at Windsor, then no green flags at that game they would appear. Ulster's sons would never roam, all the boys would stay at home if we only had the Rangers over here. If we only had Glasgow Rangers over here.